Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blue Collar Builder channel. No suits, no shortcuts, just tools, hard work, and building something badass. Today we're going to be building a striper for a lawnmower. So for this project, you're going to need a piece of PVC pipe, a couple of end caps, a short length of chain about 3 feet long, 2 eye bolts long enough to fit through the PVC pipe, a couple of nuts, and I bought a 50-pound bag of play sand because it was cheap enough that it was just easier to buy that. But you are going to need sand to put into the pipe because that's where your weight's going to come from to fold over your grass to make the stripes. The tools needed for this job: a couple pair of pliers, a torch, a tape measure, and a drill. So when building your striper for the lawnmower, the first thing you need to know is the width of the deck and how much it cuts. This is a 24-inch cut, so we need to cut a piece of PVC 24 inches long because that's going to be what lays the grass over to make the stripes in the grass. So on this lawnmower, there's no real good place directly behind the deck to mount the striper. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to measure from here to here, and I'm going to get that number, and I'm going to do a little math, and that's going to tell me where I need to drill my holes, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here shortly. So I've already taken my measurement of my pipe. It's 24 inches long. The space in the back of where the engine mounts is exactly 10 inches wide. So if I do my math, I take 10 inches off of 24, that's 14 inches. I go and I divide that in two because I need to put 2 holes. So I go in from this side, 7 inches, drill a hole. From this side, 7 inches, drill a hole. Make sure your hole is just a little bit smaller than your eye bolt so you can thread your eye bolt in. You need it to be as tight as possible because if you don't, the sand will come out slowly, it will leak out of the pipe, and then you'll lose all your weight. Next step you're going to do is you're going to cut your chain in half so you get 2 pieces equal length. You're going to take your torch, you're going to heat this right up here on your eye bolt both times, and you're going to heat them just enough so you can slip the link of your chain, end link of your chain, into that. And then you'll go back and you'll take your pliers, you'll hold on to it, and you'll heat this back up again with your torch. It's going to be really hot. You ain't got to get it red hot, but you got to get it hot enough to be able to bend the metal. Then you're going to take, slip that link in there, and you're going to tighten it back up, and you're going to let it cool. I was impatient. I took mine over and sprayed them with the garden hose. Now they're cool. And then you're going to take your nut, you run your nut all the way up to the end of the eye bolt, like this. Take your eye bolts, thread them into them holes, leave a little tail sticking out just like that. You're going to take your nuts, and put your nuts on there, tighten them down. I feel like I should have led with this. Probably should get some Loctite or use nylock washers in here instead. I did not. I got a welder, so I just shot a little tack weld on there, keep it from backing off. Probably should have thought about this too, but probably get some glue to glue that cap on there. You're going to glue that cap on there, and you're going to take it, and you're going to fill the other end up with sand completely. Thought I had some pipe dope, but I can't find it, so I just took a little JB weld, mixed it up, quick weld, and glued both ends together, and it's full of sand, and it's ready to be mounted to the lawnmower. I didn't think about it, but I don't really want to try to separate those chain links, and I didn't buy a bolt small enough. I don't have any. All my bolts in my storage are too big. I don't have a bolt small enough to tie this back to itself to hang it off the back of the mower, so I'm going to use zip ties for now. That it'll hold, I think. So you need to wrap the chain around there. Make sure you got it long enough that it just drags the ground, but not too long that when you go backwards, it ends up underneath the tires. Well, this is the only part of my yard that was really thick enough to stripe on, but I don't know if the camera shows it, but right here's a stripe, and there's a stripe, and there's a stripe. Look at that. It worked. So far, I'm happy with the results.